From respected community activist to facing serious RICO charges, Big U's story is one of power, influence, and alleged crime. How did Eugene Big U Henley go from a feared leader in the rolling 60s to a federal indictment? Let's break it down.
What part of LA did you actually grow up in?
South Central LA. Born on 81st and Hoover, raised on which we now call the 60s in Arlington and Slauson, for most of my life.
To understand this case, we need to know who Big U is. Eugene Henley, aka Big U, was a key figure in the rolling 60s neighborhood Crips, one of LA's most notorious gangs.
Welcome to 63rd Street, home turf of the rolling 60s, part of the largest street gang in all of Los Angeles, a gang called the Crips.
Where the man to the community? My big cousin Chili Capone. He's the group of AGs that we was on our side. He's 2 years older than me, but he was probably 10 years smarter than all of us. From the Arlington gang, that eventually morphed into our section of what was the rolling 60s.
Yeah, I thought you was a cool guy.
You thought wrong, bro. You don't put no camera in no grown man face without asking.
But you're a celebrity.
Man, I'm a 60 Crip, bro.
First. What do you do that makes people so fearful?
We can walk into a place and that'll make people fearful just knowing that it's rolling 60s.
I think being a gang member, they gave it the name. I'm just in the first generation of it becoming rolling 60s. We the babies in that.
After spending over a decade in prison, he rebranded himself as a community activist, forming a non-profit called Developing Options to help at-risk youth.
My guest today is a former Crips leader turned activist, Big U. Big U is the founder and executive director of Developing Options, a nonprofit organization that offers youth on the streets a choice beyond the gang violence, drugs, and crime through education, training, and athletics.
But behind the scenes, authorities claim he never left the gang life. In March 2025, federal authorities arrested Big U and several others under the RICO Act. The indictment accuses him of running a criminal enterprise involved in murder, human trafficking, extortion, and fraud, all under the guise of community activism. One of the most shocking accusations in the indictment is the murder of an aspiring rapper signed to Big U's label, Unique Music.
Murder of another young rapper back in Las Vegas. Back in 2021, I talked to police in Vegas, and they told me over the phone that the murder was over, are you ready for this? A diss. That he had written something in a song supposedly talking bad about Big U, and that is why he ended up getting murdered.
Prosecutors say this artist recorded a diss track about Henley, and shortly after, he was kidnapped and executed in Las Vegas. His body was found in a desert ditch off Interstate 15. Beyond violence, Big U allegedly scammed corporations and celebrities. Prosecutors say he embezzled donations meant for his nonprofit, using the funds for personal gain. He also reportedly filed fake COVID-19 relief applications, inflating his music company's earnings to receive federal money fraudulently. If convicted, Big U faces a potential life sentence in federal prison. His co-defendants, Sylvester V. Robinson and Mark Bear Claw Martin, are also facing up to 20 years. Some say Big U was truly trying to change, while others believe he never left the streets. What do you think? Was he a reformed man, or was his activism just a cover for a criminal empire? Let me know in the comments.